Hello, my students. Welcome to our new lesson about mysteries. Have you ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Well, it's a place where airplanes and ships were lost and never found, and it is still an unsolved mystery till today. What do we mean by mystery? What is the meaning of mystery? Mystery is defined as something that is secret, something where is no clear explanation, something that is difficult to understand or explain. It's just something unexplainable or unsolvable. In today's lesson, we will listen to a story taken from an online site named Mystery Fan about the Selling Stone in Death Valley, California, USA. We will discuss the following: where are the Selling Stone found? Second, what is mysterious about these stones? Third, what is the scientific explanation to this phenomenon?
Sailing stones, Death Valley, California. Imagine this. Rocks of different sizes, some weighing more than 300 kilos, sit on a dried up flat lake bed that goes on for kilometers and kilometers. You would think that these rocks, especially the heaviest and biggest ones, would just sit in one spot forever, wouldn't you? Not the ones in Death Valley, California, in the USA.
So, in this recording, she says that these stones are found in Death Valley, California. There are rocks of different sizes, small, medium, big, and even enormous, like weighs 300 or 400 kilos. But you think you might see these stones sitting in one spot or one location forever? Think again. This is the mysterious thing about these stones. They just keep moving.
You can see them on the enormous expanse of dry lake bed called Racetrack Playa, which is named after these racing stones. Much to everyone's surprise, many of them, including the really big and heavy ones, have actually moved hundreds of meters from their original locations. But of course, this happened when no one was looking.
So she actually says that the name of the place, Racetrack Playa, was called after these racing stones. I guess the only explanation they called it like this because they think that stones are racing like people, maybe. And of course, these stones are moving when no one is looking. Don't expect just people are sitting and watching stones racing. Of course, no. For example, you come on Wednesday and you see stones, for example, in a place. You come after 2 weeks and this giant stone has moved 20 kilometers. How? How does this happen? We will see the explanation in the coming audio.
Not only did the rocks and stones move far, some seemed to have stopped and changed direction. A few even turned around and moved back to their original locations. Rocks moving on their own isn't possible, is it? As you read this, you're probably thinking of all kinds of weird explanations. Before blaming this on extraterrestrial beings, read on.
So the stones are moving, and then they came back to its original places. How is this even possible? So what is the reason? What is the explanation to this phenomenon? We will see what is the explanation, and she says it's not an extraterrestrial beings. It means it's not an alien. So what is it? What is the explanation? I think that it has to do with soil. Soil, it means ground. Like the ground has something to do with all this phenomenon.
In the 1970s, some long-term studies of the phenomenon were carried out. Scientists now believe this. Every year, the dry lake bed gets flooded with melted snow from the surrounding mountains. Most of the water turns the lake bed into mud, but some of the water freezes, creating thin sheets of ice on top of the mud. Although no one has actually seen the rocks move, the best guess is that wind moves the rocks across the slippery surface of the lake bed. Sounds like a logical explanation, doesn't it? Indeed it is, but without anyone actually witnessing the phenomenon, doubters remain.
So here is the scientific explanation. So science says that because of the dry surface of the racetrack playa, there is mountain around it, and those mountains flood this area with water every year, which turns the sand into mud, and the rest of the water turns into a thin layer of ice, which creates a surface for stones to be moving around. But no one has actually seen this. So doubters are still questioning this. Doubter means people who are not believing this explanation, who are not buying this. As I said before, that this lesson is taken from an online site, and in any online site there is a comment section. So now we will listen to what people are really thinking about this whole subject. So let's start.
Sebastian, Spain. Rocks that move? Pretty cool. Emily, Australia. You don't really buy this whole story about stones moving, do you? Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
So we see Sebastian that he's really into this subject and he's saying that it's pretty cool. But here we have a doubter. She's saying that don't believe everything that you read online. It's not always true, which is Emily. So let's continue.
Liam, USA. Well, this story just happens to be true. I'm from California, and the sailing stones have been studied since the 1940s. Even physicists have offered various theories. It's certainly not a hoax. Georgina, UK. Wow, you're actually serious about these stones, aren't you? Do you guys believe that wind can actually make rocks move? Come on.
So Liam from USA, he's from California, and he's saying yes, it's true, and it's not a trick. Hawksman's trick. So he's saying no, it's not a trick. And the girl from UK is England, she says no. Come on, are you serious? Are you really buying this whole story about moving stones? I don't. Georgina doesn't.
Hiroto, Japan. I'm a geologist, and rocks are my life. Believe me, Emily, these rocks really move. When the water level in the playa rises, the soil turns to mud and then ice forms on top of it, and strong winds cause the rocks to slide. Moderate winds can keep the rocks moving. Liam, USA. Told you it's not a hoax. You're convinced now, aren't you?
So here we have a guy from Japan. He's a geologist. Geologist means person who is specialized in studying the Earth history. He's saying yes, it's true. All this explanation for this phenomena because of the wind and the thin layer of ice, rocks are moving. Now let's do the reading comprehension part. Here are 4 questions. You have to answer it on your notebook. Question number 1. Where are the sailing stones found? Second, what's mysterious about these stones? Third, what explanation do some scientists give? And last but not least, does everyone agree with this theory? Yes or no? Thanks for watching.